Hello peeps, my name's Paul Barker and welcome to Skip Raiders Workshop. And this is the first part of my programs, and in this series of programs we're going to be trying to build a log burning stove, or one of those things you put in your garden on the patio when it gets a little bit chilly in the evening when you're having your parties. You can put a few logs in this thing and hopefully it'll warm you up on a chilly evening. What we're going to be building is a Volkswagen camper van, the old split screen, really cool vans, and we're going to be making it out of a gas bottle that I found. What I will say is all the things that I build in my workshop are all constructed out of materials that I find either in a skip, hence Skip Raiders Workshop, or they come from the bin, wherever. It's whatever I can find. So we're going to be building this log burning stove, come whatever you call it, out of an old gas bottle. So on this first series I think probably the best thing I can do is tell you a few safety tips first, because obviously it's an old gas bottle, you could go bang if you get it wrong. So I'm just going to put my cup of tea down and put the camera up and show you my gas bottle. Here we go. Right, here's my particular gas bottle. As you can see, I've already drawn a face on it. Standard gas bottle, you find them everywhere dumped. So safety features are, okay, obviously when you get the bottle, turn the valve at the top and drain out as much gas as you can. Then once you've done that, you need to take the plug out the top, which are usually very difficult. I don't know what sort of adhesive they put around the plugs, but they are bloody tight. So big pair of Stilsons or pipe wrench and you should be able to get that undone. Once you've got that out, don't assume that all the gas is out of this bottle. Okay? What you'll find is that there will be little pockets of gas in there. So what you need to do next is fill this bottle right to the very top with water, okay, so that you can see it level with the top. Tap the sides just to see if any bubbles come up, and then empty it out. Do that 2 or 3 times, okay, just to make sure there's no gas left in there, because the last thing you want is a little pocket of gas in there and you start cutting into it and it's bammo, good night. So that's the main points of the safety on that. Right, first procedure is that after you've got rid of the gas, taking your plug out, really I've marked mine out just roughly, but you've got to cut this thing in half because obviously it's a round bottle, so you need to elongate it to make it look like the camper van. And what I found the best way of doing this is a really flexible strip of metal like that, really thin. Okay, the reason for that is because obviously this has got a curved top. So what you can do is you can put your metal on there and bend it round to the shape of the bottle, and then you can scribe your line down, and that way you get a nice, well, fairly even cut all the way down. Okay, tip number 2 that was. Right, next thing we need to do is cut it. Now I have actually just purchased a plasma cutter, and it's really good. I've tried it out on scrap bits of metal, but I'm not a professional with it yet, so until I am a professional with it, I just use my little angle grinder, which is this one here, just with a little thin metal cutting disc on it. And what the first thing I did was just cut this bit here, so I've got access to the bottom of the bottle. This will form the ends of the bumper, the rear and the front bumper, so it just means you can get the grinder through the gap and cut right through. Right, so we've now cut our bottle in half, so we can discard the back. We can work on that later. So we're now left with our half a bottle. So this is the front of the van. As you can see, I've already roughly worked out what I'm going to do. You can see the skirt at the bottom of the old bottle, which was the stand, is now going to become the front bumper of the van, which is handy. It means you don't have to make one. And we'll probably cut these two windows out, and we've got some spark arrest mesh to go behind that, but I suppose any mesh will do, so that when the fire's on inside there, it will glow through the windows. The Volkswagen badge at the front, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there yet, but I'll probably cut it out so that you've still got the Volkswagen, so that the fire glows through that. And the headlights, I think I'll probably cut those out and then put a piece of 50mm tube onto the front, so just so they stand out a little bit. And probably the same for the side lights or indicators, whatever they are, a bit of 20mm tube there. The wheels, I haven't decided yet. There'll probably be a bit of 70mm tube. It depends whatever I can find in the corner of the workshop. I mean, like I said, I don't like buying anything, so it's whatever I can find, whatever's laying about, and what looks right, really. So yeah, that's basically part one of this program. That'll give you enough to do. Well, finding your bottle first, and then in part two, what we'll probably do, we'll have the windows cut out, the sign cut out the front, the headlights maybe done and welded on, and the two halves, the front and the back of the bottle, welded together. And then what we can do, we can show you how to finish off the grinds so that it's a nice smooth body and everything. So that's basically it for part one. So cheers for that, good luck with that, and just remember my safety tips: you've got to get rid of that gas next time.